Honestly, even as a fan of Xbox, I have to say that Microsoft should kind of be embarrassed, right? They should really be ashamed of themselves, because at the end of the day, not only is Xbox getting absolutely decimated in every imaginable way, but even after they bought Activision and ZeniMax and Minecraft and some of the biggest studios and publishers and IP in the world, it hasn't helped. Sony and PlayStation continually outdo them in terms of revenue, in terms of like the profit, in terms of all that kind of stuff. So it's so wild to me that nothing Microsoft has done has really made much of a difference. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess the Activision stuff helped them a little bit with being able to say, okay, well, we're not, we're not negative 5% or whatever overall, because they would have been without the Activision stuff. But, it's crazy just to think that, for instance, Helldivers 2 sold 12 million copies. Can you think of the last time an Xbox game, and I know we don't get updates on sales much, but you can better believe if an Xbox game sold 12 million copies, they'd say so, right? So the fact that Helldivers 2 came out of nowhere to do this is absolutely crazy. The sales mean that the title, which was launched earlier in the year, beat the 11 million copies sold in 10 weeks achieved by God of War Ragnarok last year. And the company's results for the year ending in March 31st, 2024, Sony Gaming Division reported another record year in terms of revenue, despite PS5 hardware sales falling short of its original 12-month goal. So basically, this is what they did, okay? So Sony sold 20.8 million PS5s over the year, okay? Almost 21 million. For instance, for reference of that and comparing that to Xbox, right? Xbox late last year, according to their own slides that came out after that leaked Brazil show or whatever, were at 21 million lifetime. So Sony can sell as many PS5s in a year that Microsoft has sold in the lifetime of the Series X and S. So that just goes to basically tell you everything you need to know about, Microsoft's, Microsoft's situation at this particular time. Now, can they change things? Will things, ever change? Will things be different down the road? I think that's anybody's guess. But I do think that, like I've stated this multiple times before, I think, to be quite honest about it, you have to have somebody that wants to win. You have to also have people that are trustworthy and that people trust, that people believe in, like gaming-wise. So, that's going to be tougher, I think, because you can't have the people that are in there right now. You have to have people that are, I guess I want to say, more like console gamers. I think like legit gamers, not just businessmen or whatever. And you have to have clearance to be able to do what you want to do. Like right now, the world is kind of laughing at Xbox. You have fans losing hope. You really just have so many people kind of just out there hating on Xbox because it's Xbox, and it's like, I just really feel like Microsoft at this particular point, what can they do? What could they do to change anything, to change how Xbox is going, to change how the future looks for them? I'm not sure that there's very much that they could actually go out there and change, but it's like, when I look at this and I look at everything that's going on, it's just crazy to see how far we've sort of come with, Xbox and over the years. I mean, they really were like right out of the gate. I thought this kind of fresh idea, they had this amazing approach to things, and I that was kick ass. They had really hardcore games, a powerful box. People, even though it didn't obviously sell a ton. You know, they planted the seeds there. And then the 360 really got a lot of things right. And, you know, they did everything right. The marketing, it was the cool thing to have. Exclusives, you know, they introduced Gears of War. They improved upon what they already had. And, you know, they bought GTA exclusive content. They bought Call of Duty maps early. Like, you know, everybody was talking about Xbox. Like, that's just, it was a thing. It was a happening. And, you know, nowadays it's like, you know, they didn't keep with that playbook for whatever reason. And I'm not exactly sure why, why they didn't, you know, do that. Think about it. You had a built-in group of like super hardcore gamers. You had this box that was absolutely incredible, right? It was easy for developers to make things for it. That got you exclusives even, because let's just be honest, stuff like Left 4 Dead or whatever, those were exclusive because Microsoft had an easy console to develop for, and PlayStation didn't. So honestly, that's to be clear. You know, that's basically what happened. And, you know, that's a real shame that they didn't continue that. I don't know why they made the Xbox One so hard to program for. And then, you know, they saw that PlayStation came out with a more expensive box with the PS3 and how it hurt them. So they decided to come out with a more expensive box and force a camera. You know, all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it just realistically, it's insane to think how they've kind of changed these things, and how you know, how Microsoft really kind of went backwards in everything that they were doing. So, you know, I hope that they can have some kind of comeback, do something that's different, that's going to attract people back to the platform. But I think they would really have to be, you know, with a total change of leadership, total change of strategy, and they would have to be completely upfront with the strategy. You know, like, you know, you'll die of old age before this game comes to PlayStation and Nintendo. You know, basically, you know, you have to realistically be that guy. You have to do that and say that. So, you know, it's crazy to me that things have kind of turned so bad on Xbox, you know, even with Activision, even with ZeniMax, even with Minecraft, even with them putting stuff on PlayStation. PlayStation still is making more than them. Like, how embarrassing is that? You know, to me anyway, that is just incredibly embarrassing. And then you have a situation where, like, Helldivers 2 helped push a lot of consoles as well. I mean, apparently they were gonna really fail hitting their numbers, but then a lot of people went out and bought a PlayStation 2, or excuse me, a PlayStation 5 to play Helldivers 2. Yeah, it sold a lot on PC as well, but it's like, man, you know, that's who that's for. Like, when Phil's out there asking who does that benefit, well, it benefits Sony. Like, and I've said that about a million times. Like, Phil Spencer doesn't get who exclusive content benefits. It benefits PlayStation. They're going to sell more PlayStations, you goober, and then they're going to be able to sell more software and more services and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's basically what it comes down to. So, you know, again, Phil Spencer really kind of proves that he's a little bit of a schmuck when it comes to this stuff. But, you know, again, what's Microsoft going to do? How can they realistically change the perceptions that are going on right now? I think it's going to be hard. But they really should be ashamed of themselves at getting beat like this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I'll link this in the description. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.